Face-to-face radio. Anonymous reporter reporting live. Donald J. Trump confirmed today, December 27th, 2023, a day that will live in infamy. Former President Donald J. Trump confirmed to be behind the targeted individual scandal that is rocking the nation. Over 6 million people in America targeted with computerized automated systems supplied by the Aryan Nation in the form of their puppet company Academi, formerly known as Blackwater. A devastating day for America. Indeed, former President Donald J. Trump on the verge of starting what he calls a revolution, what others call a coup d'etat. The former president, having been harassed by organized crime in the 1980s for his failure to have a legitimate business in New York City. Former President Donald J. Trump, spelled T-R-U-M-P, that particular individual behind 65 million Americans infected with nanotechnology to this day. The symptoms manifest as brain fog, inability to concentrate, hearing voices, some similarities to schizophrenia. However, there are noted differences that I'm going to list for you now. You will definitely encounter engineered situations where other people infected with the same nanotechnology, geolocal, graphene-based nanotechnology supplied again by Academi, formerly known as Blackwater. These situations will seem like sketches or skits, as the behavior of the other individuals being targeted will either be extremely offensive, predatory, sexual, or otherwise threatening. It might be a single person, it might be multiple people, but it happens more often at nighttime, but will happen in the daytime as well, especially in urban areas like here in Manhattan, the heart of it, 36th Street, between 8th Avenue and 7th Avenue. In addition, Donald J. Trump uses the nanotech for his own personal ideas of entertainment, including having this reporter appear before him in Ridgewood, New York, and salute him in a motorcade event that occurred 6 months before the engineered insurrection of January 6th. In addition, the nanotech broadcasts an AI-based program called Mind Control that acts as a filter or mirror to a person's internal dialogue or internal voice, your thought voice as it is, and implants and also takes away thoughts that the AI does not approve of you having, with the intention of causing a state of schizophrenia to ascend on the consciousness of the person infected with the mind control. The current incarnation, the nanotech-based mind control, first conceived during MK Ultra, one of the worst betrayals America has ever faced, engineered illegally by the CIA from the early 1950s to 1977 when it was discovered by the New York Times. This particular incarnation of mind control uses a radioactive, by radioactive I mean radio receiving and radio broadcasting bacteria that infects the human who is afflicted with it. It can be spread via blood, via air, but it infects the mucous membranes of the person infected and causes essentially their body to turn into a speaker system that will then broadcast subliminals and different frequencies at the people around them. So each affected individual becomes a mind control broadcasting unit that can affect over 189 people in a packed vicinity. And that is just one infected person. And of course, the vector is the victim, so one person walking around can easily infect just by interacting or breathing, really, any other person they are about within 20 to 30 feet of. In addition, the nano particles, the nanobacteria is anaerobic, that is, does not need air to reproduce. And scientists are working around the globe on a way to counteract this. Unfortunately, already many have died, including members of my own family. And this betrayal of America and indeed the world knows no bounds, as Trump has stated that he loves nothing better than to murder anyone who is not of German or Swiss heritage, and believes it his duty as a follower of the SS and Hitler, yes, that's correct, Donald Trump is also a major believer in Nazi creed and a member of the Aryan Nation, who is behind this betrayal of over 65 million Americans to this day. It is the greatest crisis that America has ever faced. Fortunately, people in other countries are aware of it, but the implications are dire, to say the least. A false flag event against China was planned. You may have briefly heard about it in the news, with the Army giving a press release regarding the Chinese military having access to brain-controlled weapons that the U.S. Army classified as simply terrifying, although no further information was supplied after this. In the years to follow, a number of people reported being subjected to nanotechnology and indeed to mind control, as well as to having electromagnetic attacks on their limbs, being attacked by random people in the street, some people being murdered, others in engineered events with their car. Needless to say, millions have died as part of this betrayal to America, and according to Trump, millions more will, as he plans to seize power this year, regardless of a vote, and to march into Washington, D.C., and with the hidden support of the FBI and the CIA, take over this country by force. And that is something that I personally will not allow, as I have seen enough stupidity, because in my opinion, the one thing that this particular person embodies is a lack of hard work, a lack of true ethos of America, and a dedication to doing the fastest, quickest, most corrupt thing, kind of in street talk, kind of a crackhead logic, that whatever he needs to get his fix, that is what he will do, and throw the idea of your fellow man or woman, throw those concepts to the side. He has definitely become kind of an idiot antichrist, in my opinion. And unfortunately, because our country is very pacified in many ways, we have been subjected to this person who has somehow, mostly because he inherited wealth, has been able to engineer, with the help of Vladimir Putin and a few other key players in this horrible situation. He has been able to engineer exactly what we did not need, but definitely many more years of turmoil are ahead, as the events, I think, in the future will be referred to as MK Ultra 2. The betrayal of America continued to unfold here in New York City. You can ask almost any relative you have. Definitely anyone within, where they say, the separation of six, or rather, the idea that you're connected to another person by 6 degrees of separation. I guarantee you, if you live in America, particularly in the Northeast, and you ask anyone within that those 6 degrees of separation if they are familiar with mind control, they will probably, after a period of silence, regretfully reply, yes, I have either heard of it or have experienced it myself. And that is because, again, the number is increasingly accurate and more accurate as time goes, because, of course, more and more people are exposed to it. And that is that mind control is an AI that basically runs off the nanobacteria and the nanotechnology that has infected over 65 million American people. And its intention is to drive the person who's infected insane, causing them to kill themselves. And if that does not work, then definitely to have them have a stroke or a heart attack, which the nanotech can initiate depending on the health of the person. In addition, it also plays subliminals and frequencies 24 hours a day, preventing the person's sleep. It also causes them to have controlled dreams. It's 24-hour torture. What they refer to as touchless torture. The CIA has perfected it, usually testing it in black sites around the globe. Abu Ghraib was an example of one, also in Puerto Rico. At that particular base, which the name escapes me at the moment. This is also the reason for the increased influx of migrants, because that's actually something that Trump and the Aryan Nation want. They want more migrants to come in, because then they'll have an excuse to experiment on illegal immigrants, because there is a kind of loose, again, Nazi-based logic to the order in which people are targeted. But they're going willy-nilly and targeting as many people as they can with low Earth-orbiting LEO satellites. You can see with the naked eye above New York City on just about any night. They often glimmer, and you'll notice if you take your cell phone up and try to take a picture or a video of them, that there will be a halo around the satellite, and it will definitely be a moving light, kind of moving back and forth very quickly as if vibrating. And there are, I think, over 138 of them currently above New York City right now. Other things, if you notice nanotechnology around you, as I have in many of my videos, you can see just by looking through the links connected to this one. You can definitely look up MrVideo.com. That's MisterVideodotcom. There's a number of videos there showing nanotechnology just in broad daylight and how it replicates very similar, kind of in a pseudo von Neumann way. Again, Donald Trump responsible for the targeted individual program, which has killed millions over the years. This is, of course, a continuation of Operation Paperclip, MK Ultra, MK Delta, and all the other mind control programs the CIA has been secretly funding and executing for many, many years. This is how it is going to come out, and it is the job of every American, indeed every citizen of the globe, to not forget and to remember, no matter what, that mind control is not a made-up disease or a conspiracy theory, but a real secret science that devotes itself to being able to implant and interfere with the natural cognition of human beings. And it is something that Hitler spent billions of dollars and executed thousands and thousands of people in an effort to master that secret science that people have been using to some degree or another for thousands of years. It is one of the most evil things, and is, in my opinion, absolutely the greatest threat to civilization, without a doubt. Reporting live from New York City, anonymous reporter. This is Face to Face Radio.